Hey everyone, I'm Kenzie from Good Hair Days by Kenzie, and today we are going to be showing you how to make a straight, perfect foil for your skateboard. So, first thing you're going to do is you're going to section your hair into 5 sections. That's the sectioning for the Arizona State Board test for the chemical portion. So you're going to have your 2 front sections right above the ear, and then you're going to have your top section. It should be a 3" by 3" range, somewhere in there, and then the back 2 sections are just split down in the back, in the middle. So you're going to take this top section right here, and you're going to take the clip off of it. You're going to, I personally like to section off on the mannequin's head the little very first section, because it always has the little widow's peak on it. So I'm going to take that out to make sure that I can have some good straight foils. So I'm going to clip that out, as in so. And then I'm just going to, our sectioning is going to be an 1/8 of an inch sectioning. It should still be see-through is the best way to do it. Making sure your partings are very clean. So I'm going to do my first little section, which is going to be this right here. Making sure it's as straight as possible. And it should just be like this, just kind of straight as possible, see-through. You can't see yourself through it, it's not working. And I'm just going to grab a foil, which I have this sheet of foil, and I'm going to fold it over the top of my comb, just like this. So it'll end up looking like that. I'm going to now lift up my section and stick that right at the root underneath and slide my comb out. I'm going to then, I am using a bowl and a tint brush. In my bowl I have some blue styling gel that just works really well as a fake product. So I'm just going to lightly start applying that to the hair. This will help keep the hair stationary in the foil, but it'll also help when they look to see if you've done full concentration. Not concentration, saturation. That's what I meant. So I'm just going to take the hair and brush it lightly all the way down, making sure that the hair is nice and straight. And then as you can tell, there's a little bit of hair on the end, so I'm going to do a swoop motion like this. And I'm going to bring that last little bit of hair up towards the rest of the hair and brush it upwards. Just making sure again to have full saturation on it. Very nicely saturated. And then when it comes to folding your foil, I like to fold, there's a nice little indent right there. I like to fold perfectly at that and then make sure the top of my foil lines up with the underneath part. Fold it in half, and then you have the option of folding in half again or leaving it out like this. And then you're going to fold your corners right at the parting that you use for your sectioning. Like as in so. You're not going to want to take a comb and like super squeeze it down. You're not going to want to take your fingers and squeeze it down. You're just going to make it clean and nice and straight. It also helps with bleeding if you don't squish it down, because then it looks like you've made it bleed onto the other hair. And then it should just be a little bit off the scalp, but not enough that it's causing a problem. I will show you more on focus and frame. So again, I'm just going to take that an 1/8 of an inch subsection, the see-through subsection, making sure that line is nice and clean, and pulling it all up and brushing it forward with my tail comb. I am then going to take the foil, straighten it out nice and neatly. I'm going to fold it over my comb like this, and then stick it underneath that hair, and then pull out the comb slowly. I am then going to take my gel, placing it on, making sure that there's full saturation, not on the scalp, but right below it. Again, just making sure that there's full saturation all over the hair and the foil. And then at the end, I'm going to take a little bit of extra gel, swoop up the long hair into the foil like this, And then I'm going to make sure it has full saturation as well. Alright, so once that hair is fully saturated, there's a little bit of a line right there. I like to fold it right at that, making sure that it lines up with where you folded your foil before. Folding it in half and then pushing it on the sides and folding it like this. And folding it on the other side as well. And then once you have this nice little thing, you check for bleeding underneath. Notice how there's no bleeding, and you are all done. All right, so this should be your final look. You should make sure that it's close to the scalp, but not bleeding on both. And then when it comes to state board, you're gonna wanna do 4 foils is the requirement. Just make sure that they're nice and clean and all even, and you'll be good.